This conference will now be recorded.
So today we'll discuss about base price determination. So as we discussed, for pricing, there is a structure, right? It has pricing elements like price, discount, surcharge, and tax. So first today, let's discuss about determining base price into the sales document. Yeah. So condition technique is the process how the price determines into sales document. And condition technique has various steps like condition table, which is a combination of fields. Then we have a access sequence and a condition type, pricing procedure determination, and maintenance of condition record. So these are the steps of the condition technique. So where do we configure this particular condition technique for pricing? That is SPRO. We yesterday I already mentioned the T codes. Either you can go through the T codes or let me show you menu path for once. SPRO, sales and distribution, then basic function. So from today, end of the training, what are the concepts we will be discussing? Everything would be under basic functions, because what are the concepts we are discussing from today that are, like, you remember there is one question earlier, what all concepts is like the activity system performs when we create a sales order in the backend. So that is the activities what we are going to discuss from today, because we finished the transactions in master data, right? And all that activities will be under basic functions. It's also called as central functions. So pricing, this is what we are discussing. Out of this, we already discussed partner determination earlier, but yeah, pricing. So when it comes to this point, pricing control. So in the pricing control, we'll see the complete condition technique, tables, condition type, access sequence, and everything. So first, let's go to the condition table. Condition table. So create a display change. So v/03 we discussed, right? The condition table. So v/030405. But also remember this, in the next screen we will see this is called as allowed fields, and the T code for this to access is OV24. Will not come to again this screen. Just remember this. OV24 is allowed fields, right? This is what you're seeing in this screen. So let me click on create condition table. So condition table. Condition table are limited. 1 to 500 is system reserved. If we want to create anything new, we need to create 5012 to 999. So condition table, if I want to create 499, you see, if I want to create a 499, then system throws an error here saying that enter the table between 5012 to 999. Okay, table between 5012 to 999. Because up to 500 is system reserved. And anything we need to create a user table that can be 5012 to 999. So as I mentioned, tables are limited, and standard SAP has given us a couple of tables. So tables are also reusable. So first check in the standard whether you have a table available for your requirement. Let's say if your requirement is customer and material combination. So there is a table number 5 with a combination of customer material. You could use this. You don't need to create new. But at the same time, you can also create new. If you wish to have your own, then you can create a new. So let me create a new one. So if you want to copy from the existing, you could also just copy from existing. So I'll create some random because the training system getting our desired number is very hard. Someone might have already taken. So I'll just create something, give some random number 751, and 751 is available. On the left side, you see this is called as selected fields. On the right side, you see this is called as field catalog. What do you mean by catalog? Catalog means collection of items. So this is collection of fields. There is a field catalog from which you can choose, and whatever the chosen field, the selected field, you will see it under the left side. You see, you'll see under the left side selected fields. And what all the fields we have here? How do we see that? Just put the cursor here in the field catalog and just use this down and up arrows. So as you keep pressing down, you see it shows the next page and what all other fields available. But are these only the fields available in SD module? No, right? There are a couple of more, many fields actually, tons of fields. But we are seeing here only one, like very couple. But how do they come here? How do, earlier I told you, right? Like allowed fields OV24. So how the fields has come here, or else I want to have a Z field. How do I enter a new field here? So from where the fields are coming into field catalog here, that is from allowed fields. Allowed fields, we access it with transaction code OV24. OV24. Cross client. This is one question in the interviews you will face. That is, what is cross client? We already discussed. Anyone? What is cross client? What is cross client?
All workbench requests are cross clients.
But all workbench requests are cross client. The technical consultants, whatever they say, it's cross client, right? And you see here field catalog, sales and distribution. Because pricing is not only for SD, right? Other modules as well. But for SD specifically, these are the field catalog or allowed field. This is the allowed fields. Whatever the fields you have here, that will show in the field catalog. Let's say if I try to find out one field called as Kukla, you remember in the Customer Master Marketing tab, there is a field called as Customer Group, grouping of customer with turnover. That is Kukla. That field name technically is Kukla. So you don't see Kukla here. By default, you don't see Kukla. So let me add it. So I'll try to add Kukla, but system throws an error. You see, it says that it's not available in any of the table. KMG, KMK, KMP, any table, header item, in the no table, it's available. Because you cannot directly add a field into the allowed fields. You cannot do that directly here. It's a technical job. So how to add a new field? So I've shared you config documents. You remember there is a folder called as SAP SD. In that, check the first document. The first document in that particular is adding a new field. Config documents. You see, adding new field. So go through this document and you will see how to append the web dictionary and add a new field. Right. So what are the fields you put here in the allowed fields that you will see it in the field catalog here. And you can choose from the field catalog and that will come into the left side and that will create a table combination. So now let me add a couple of fields. I want to create a table with customer and material as combination. So let me select customer first. So customer here. But you see, There are two fields with customer. There are two fields with country. So at any time you see two fields like this and you're confused what to select. Both are not same. So if you are like confused what to choose, then place the cursor on that field and click on field attributes. What is the field name for customer? Anyone? Field name for customer.
Kunar,
Kunar, right? Kunar. So let's see in the field attributes, you see Kunar. That is what this field. So this is what we need. The other one is called as HINR, which is for customer hierarchy. HINR, customer hierarchy. We don't want this. We want customer, this field. So just double click on this. So just double tap and you will see that adding in the left side and this being created. Then I want to add one more field here called as material. So use this up and down arrows to choose. You see we have material here, and when I double click on this material, it's being added on the left side. And you see now this table is holding two fields, a field combination called as customer and material. So once you're done with the combination, you cannot save it. You see, there is no save button active here because tables are cross-client. They're technical. So cross-client means it's updating the all the servers, right? So you have to generate it. You have to generate. You cannot save it on the save. Click on save button. So click on this generate. You see, system gives a warning saying that there is a table called as 988 with the same combination, that is customer and material. As I told you, tables are reusable. So now it is up to you whether you want to use this particular 988 or you ignore and want to create your own table called as 751. Okay. The system will just, this is only warning. See, throughout this pricing, you will see many warnings like this. They are just warnings. You could ignore and proceed. Many times what happens is you think that's an error and you stop your practice and you will be waiting for my response, like how to fix this. But this is just only a warning. So you'll see many warnings like this later when we proceed with other scenarios. So I want to ignore this and I want to create my own table called as 751. So I'll press enter. Then system says, do you want to really generate? Yes. Yes. And as I told you, right, this is technical. So we cannot directly save it in the customizing request. At the same time, we will not be able to save it in the workbench request. So, but how do we save it? So any cross-client configuration like this, we could save it either in package or we can save it in local object. If you save it in the local object, TR number will not be generated. That means you cannot transport this configuration from one server to other server because there will not be any TR generated. But if you want TR to be generated and transport this to other servers, then you need to save it in the packages. So who provides package? That's your basis consultant. If you tell your basis consultant you have such a requirement, then they'll give a package name. You could choose from this particular drop down that particular package name and you could save it in the package so that a TR number would be generated and you can transport it to the other server. Right? In the interviews, they ask this question that is, let's say for now you saved in local object because you don't have a requirement to transport. But later you got a requirement for transport. So what to do? So nothing happens like even though you save it in the local object now, later you realize you want to transport it. You can move the configuration from local object to package. You can go to change mode v/04. You can go to v/04 change mode and you can move it from local object to package. Right. So I'm just saving this in the local object now. So system, you see now table A means pricing. Okay, that's called a usage. So that's how system know where we are using pricing. The condition technique a prefix A means pricing. 751. This is what the table which we have created, right? So this is how we create a table. So once we create a table, we place the table in access sequence. So how do we access sequence? V/07 is a transaction cross client. And today we are discussing only about the base price configuration, right? Standard SAP has already provided a base price configuration that is like access sequence for base price PR00. PR00 is a standard SAP provided base price access sequence. But see, throughout the pricing, we'll go with client configuration, user requirements. We'll not use standards throughout the pricing. And even from in the study material, up to pricing, we don't have much of configuration, right? But right from the pricing concept, every scenario is executed and those screenshots, so step by step, is placed in the study material from the pricing until last concept of the training. Every step screenshot and step numbers is executed and put in the study material. And from the pricing concept, you will see answers for the interview questions. Until pricing, you don't have answers. It's only questions, right? Topic-wise questions. But from pricing, you will also find the answers in the study material. So I'll just create a new one. I'll create something like I'll use a series of S throughout S001. This is my access sequence. I'll give a name as Galaxy base price access sequence. Okay, this is the access sequence what I want to use for my base price. Select and click on accesses on the left side. You see this accesses. You have to select this and click on accesses. So this is the access sequence and this is a serial number and table number. You could place any number of tables because that's how the access sequence logic works, right? Most specific to most general. So now I want to take a combination that is customer and material and customer material. So serial number 10, I'm using standard tables. 4, serial number 20, table number 5. These are standard tables and exclusive indicator, which will help us to terminate the search if system finds a valid condition. Just keep, I told you, right, many warning messages. These are warning messages. They are not error messages. Keep pressing enter and proceed. Don't stop for like saying that this might be an error. Okay, many times we see this. So people will stop here and just send screenshot and waiting for my response. So these are just warning messages. You press enter, ignore and proceed. Right, you could see the tables has been placed. But is this placement correct? Anyone? Is the logic correct? Is this placement most specific to most general?
No.
No. Right? No. Because most specific is customer. Customer is very specific. Right? And you see now I'm still able to edit this. Enter. Ignore. Now is this correct? Is this most specific to most general?
Yes.
This is correct, right? This is correct. So once you place your tables, then you need to do field assignments. You can change or switch between the tables, anything, only before you do this field assignment. Once the field assignment is done, this will be freezed. You cannot change them. You need to only delete it. You cannot change. So and you need to do this field assignment for every table. If you have 10, you need to do 10 times. I have 2, I will do 2 times. So select this first and click on fields on the left side It's a warning message. It's a warning message. Press enter. Press enter. That's it. Until you see this screen, just keep pressing enter. If you have 3 tables, you need to press 3 times. Right? Once it is done, come back. And now you see the first one after field assignment, this is freezed. You cannot change it anymore. But still, there is option to change the second one because we haven't done the field assignment. Now again, select the second one, click on the fields, warning message, press enter until you see the screen and come back. Right? And just save it. This will directly allow us to save in the workbench and give some random description and save it. So we have first a table, then we placed the tables into access sequence, and this is my access sequence. Now, what is the third step in condition technique? Anyone?
Condition type.
Condition type.
Type of the calculation.
Right? So v slash 0 6 yeah, v slash 06 condition type. Condition type. So standard SAP has provided base price condition type, that is PR00. PR00 is base price. So as I mentioned, we'll not use the standards throughout pricing. So I'll select this and copy, rename it. Copy, and I'll rename this. I'll rename it with the same series what I have given access sequence as 001. And in the third step, what we do, we assign access sequence to condition type. First step, we create tables. Then we place the tables in access sequence. Then we assign the access sequence to condition type. Here we assign it. What are the access sequence we created in the previous step? Just assign it here. Right? So now we created our own base price condition type. Now the base condition types should be placed in procedure, pricing procedure. So how do we access it? That is v slash 08. V slash 08 is a transaction to create pricing procedure. So application key V. In the interviews also they asked this question. In one of the batches, previous batches, it is like one guy has attended an interview and they asked him this question. On the same day in the evening session, we have discussed this particular topic. And I was telling about the application. And morning he has faced the same question in the interview. What is application key? Actually, they don't ask application key from this context, but they ask application key from the context of revenue account determination concept. Later we'll discuss revenue account determination. In that concept, application key is important. But what is application key? Application key represents which module. V means sales and distribution. V is sales and distribution. So throughout SAP throughout SAP, V represents sales and distribution. Okay. So we are using condition. We are now in sales and distribution. And usage will tell in SD module where you are using this pricing, condition technique. So in which concept we are using condition technique now? We are using it in A. A means pricing concept. So this output, account determination, material determination, you see, in SD module, in this many concepts, you will see condition technique. So usage will tell in which area of SD module you are using, and application V will tell system in which module you are using condition technique, right? Standard base price standard pricing procedure is RV0001. RV0001 is a standard pricing procedure. Why I'm specifically mentioning all the standards, condition types, access sequence, pricing procedure. There is a chance in the interview they ask a question on the standards. They may ask you, what is the standard pricing procedure? What is the standard base price condition? Right? There is a chance they may ask a question, but we'll not use this. I'll go to new entries and create my own pricing procedure, that is S001. I'm just using the same name for all the series. I'll call it as Galaxy pricing procedure. Okay, I just created my procedure. Select the procedure and click on control on the left side. So this is pricing procedure fields, and this is also called as 16 fields of pricing. Very important, 16 fields of pricing, and you may face 1 to 2 questions out of the screen. Just out of the screen, you may face at least 1 to 2 questions. Okay, so just do what I'm doing here now. So like this is one session actually. This screen itself is one session. We'll discuss later what is this and everything. But just for now, just do whatever I'm doing. So what I'll do is I'll put step number as 10 and add my condition as 001, and I'll put routine as 2 and the account key as ERL. That's it. Just do the same thing what I maintained here. Okay, when it comes. So this is the last session in the pricing concept. In the pricing, 16 fields is the last session, and this is one session for us to discuss all the controls. So just maintain all this particular data here and save it. Right, it is saved. Fourth step. What is the fifth step? Anyone?
Pricing procedure.
Pricing procedure determination. What is the T code?
OVKK.
OVKK. Right. I told you, right? You go 5 interviews, at least in 3 interviews, you'll see this question. OVKK. Pricing procedure determination. And how pricing procedure determination happens? What are the parameters? The parameters for pricing procedure determination is sales area, then document pricing procedure, where we have discussed about this field. Anyone, you remember? Document pricing procedure. Customer master, sales area data, sales tab. We have this field, customer pricing procedure. It is one of the parameters which will help us to determine pricing procedure into sales document. That is what we have learned. It is one of the pricing parameter which will help us to determine pricing procedure into sales document. Sorry. And sorry, not in customer master, in Vivo V8. This is document pricing procedure, right? Vivo V8 and customer pricing procedure in the customer master, sales area data, sales tab. These are the parameters will tell system what should be the pricing procedure in the sales document. So try to have your own combination. If not, this is what will happen. I removed others and someone will remove again tomorrow mine. Okay, if you are using the same combination. Okay, so I assigned my pricing procedure here. So with what combination? Sales area, document pricing procedure, and customer pricing procedure. We are telling system that this should be my pricing procedure. Save it. So all the 5 steps of configuration has completed. Now condition record. What is the T code for condition record? Anyone? Pricing condition record.
VK11.
VK11. VK11 is condition record. And what is our condition type? S001. And when you click on the key combination, or else you just press enter, you see customer material and material. This is what the tables we created, right? And we placed them in the access sequence. And the access sequence, we assigned it to this particular condition type. So whenever I enter the condition type here, system automatically pulling this particular data. So first let maintain material price. I'll go to this, so standard fields. And now let's tell system if any customer is buying this particular material called as 100, 300, the price is $1,000. Okay, for one piece of this particular 100, 300 material, it's $1,000. Let's save this. So configuration is completed and user has maintained master data. Now let's create a sales order and see whether this price would be determined into sales document or not. /n VS01 OR so customer 1000, material 100, 300 and one quantity. It was not supplied in functional module. This is a CO module error. Company was not supplied. No. This is so this is the issue. This is why the error is coming. The plant was not assigned to company code. You see, 1000 plant is not available here. So that is the error. So someone has deleted the standard configuration. So let us create an order now. VA01. You see, now system able to create an order, and what is the price? 1000. Right. So this is how system fix the price into sales document. We can check this in detail, either at the header level or item level. First, let's go to the header level and conditions. All the data of pricing will update in the conditions. Conditions, you see, S00, that's what my base price condition, and 1000 per item. The same thing you can check at the item level as well. Item also will have conditions. And you could see for one piece it's $1,000, S001. Right. So this is how the price will determine into sales document. Now let me maintain one more condition. That is, see, if any customer buy this material, then it is 1000. I want to maintain a specific record, VK 11, and I want to tell system, if this customer 1000, very important customer, buy the same material, I want to give it for 800 only. Per piece, only 800, only for this customer. So if I create an order now, let's see what price system will pick. You see, 800, specific record. Okay, for this customer and this material, we maintain a combination saying that 800. If any other customer is buying this material, system will take 1000 rather than 800. Okay. So this is how the price determines into sales document. So we'll stop it here today, and tomorrow we'll discuss the other pricing elements. Today, practice only pricing. Try to determine base pricing to sales document. Try to understand the steps, because from tomorrow we'll not repeat condition table and access sequence. We'll straight away go to the third step and we'll start the discussion. Any questions, please go ahead. It's pretty easy.
Praveen,
Only thing is you have to practice. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, Praveen, that recording you are not placed.
I'll do that by 11 today. Please check today's and yesterday's.
Yesterday's recording, no? So it would be helpful
Yeah,
for
today's
us.
and yesterday's. I'll upload both by 11.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
This one also?
This one also, yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. And how do you feel the process of this condition technique determining pricing? Is it easy?
As of now, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Pretty easy. Pretty easy when I am doing it, but it is not that easy when you do it.
Yeah, that's true.
You'll get many errors. It's not that smooth because like there's a error here. I just went to exit and fixed it. Right? So I know what's happening. I can fix the errors and proceed. The same thing what we have done for the last 40 minutes, it may take 2 days, 3 days, 4 days also for you guys. Because you need to understand the logic, how the price is coming into the sales document. Unless you don't understand logic, you don't understand how the process works, right? So it is not that easy as I have done it. Okay, it will not be that smooth for you. So please practice, see that in the system, determine the price into the system. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions, anyone? Please go ahead. Okay. Hope so. No questions. So we'll call it a day today. Catch up tomorrow, and I'll upload the videos by 11 for sure today. Please check and practice this for today. And tomorrow we'll discuss other three pricing elements. That is discount, surcharge, and tax, and we'll build the complete pricing structure tomorrow. Good day, everyone. Catch up tomorrow. Bye bye.